Let me tell you about Kevin. He's 27 years old, lives in Tampa, Florida, works in sales operations, making $55,000 a year. 2 years ago, Kevin bought a brand new mid-size SUV. He did his homework, or at least he thought he did. He compared prices, negotiated the sticker down a little, locked in a $649 monthly payment, and drove off the lot feeling like an adult who had made a responsible, calculated decision. Kevin told himself he could afford $649 a month. And he was right. He could afford $649 a month. What Kevin did not calculate was every single other number that came with that vehicle the moment he signed. His insurance jumped to $247 a month because in Florida, full coverage on a new financed SUV is not optional and not cheap. Florida actually has the highest average hidden car ownership costs in the entire country at $8,483 a year, according to Bankrate's 2025 study. Then came registration and annual vehicle taxes, another $98 a month on average. Gas for his commute, about $205 a month. Routine maintenance, oil changes, tire rotations, filters, roughly $115 a month when you spread it across the year. And then there's the number nobody ever thinks about until someone explains it: depreciation. The moment Kevin drove his new SUV off that lot, it lost somewhere between $4,000 and $7,000 in value in the first 12 months alone. Not a bill that showed up in his mailbox, not a charge on his credit card, just value. Gone, permanently, silently, the second the odometer ticked past zero. Add it all up, Kevin's $649 monthly payment is only the beginning. When you stack the true all-in monthly cost of that vehicle, payment, insurance, registration, fuel, maintenance, and the monthly cost of depreciation, Kevin is spending somewhere north of $1,400 a month on his car. Not $649, $1,400. That's 30% of his take-home pay every single month going towards something that is actively losing value every single day he owns it. Kevin didn't figure this out himself. He figured it out when he sat down to make a budget for the first time at 27 and couldn't understand where his money was disappearing to. And when you see the national numbers, Kevin's story doesn't feel like a personal mistake. It feels like an epidemic. According to AAA's 2025 annual driving costs study, the average cost of owning and operating a new vehicle in America is now $965 a month, nearly $11,600 a year. That's based on driving 15,000 miles per year in a mid-size vehicle and includes every cost category across the board. And Bankrate's September 2025 Hidden Costs of Car Ownership study found that Americans pay an average of $575 per month in hidden costs on top of their loan or lease payment, costs rising 3.1% year over year, outpacing inflation. The average American car owner is spending money they never agreed to spend on costs they never calculated every single month, and most of them have no idea. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because every week we do exactly this: take something everyone thinks they understand and show you what's actually going on underneath. So let's break down every single cost category that most people ignore when they buy a car, because the monthly payment is just the first floor of a building with several more floors above it, and most Americans never bother to look up. The first floor everyone sees is the loan or lease payment. The average new car loan payment in the US right now is $748 a month. The average lease is $596. These are the numbers people budget for. These are the numbers that determine whether someone says yes in the finance office, and these numbers represent, in most cases, less than half the actual monthly cost of owning the vehicle. The second floor is insurance, and this one has exploded in a way that's genuinely shocking even to people who follow this stuff closely. According to Bankrate's 2025 study, full coverage car insurance now costs an average of $2,679 per year nationally. That's $223 a month, and it increased 15% in a single year from 2024 to 2025. In some states, it's dramatically higher. Florida drivers pay an average of $3,874 a year in insurance alone. Nevada saw an 18% insurance rate rate increase in a single year. For a 27-year-old male driver in a major metro financing a new vehicle, $300 a month in insurance is not unusual, it's common. The third floor is fuel, which most people do factor in but consistently underestimate. The national average fuel cost for car owners runs about $1,650 per year based on 15,000 miles driven, roughly $137 a month. But for drivers commuting longer distances in trucks or SUVs, or in states with higher gas prices, that number climbs fast. The fourth floor is maintenance and repairs, and this one creates the most financial emergencies. AAA tracks maintenance and repair costs across vehicle categories, and the numbers are consistent, planned for roughly $1,384 per year, or $115 a month in routine and unexpected maintenance costs. The dangerous thing about this category is that it doesn't arrive smoothly at $115 a month, like a subscription. It arrives as a $1,200 brake job in March, and a $900 tire replacement in August, and a $400 oil leak in November. And if you haven't been mentally setting aside that monthly average, each one of those hits feels like a financial emergency, even though it's entirely predictable in aggregate. The fifth floor is registration, taxes, and fees, averaging $1,182 per year, or about $98 per month nationally, though this varies significantly by state.
Now, here's where we go to the floor of the building that almost nobody ever visits, and it's arguably the most expensive floor of all. It's called depreciation, and it is the silent wealth killer hiding inside every car purchase in America. Depreciation is the loss of value your vehicle experiences over time, and it is not an abstract accounting concept. It is real money that exits your net worth every single day you own a vehicle, whether you drive it or not. According to AAA's 2026 data, depreciation averages $4,822 per year, or just over $400 every single month, making it the single largest component of car ownership cost, at 39.2% of total annual expense. But here's why it hits so much harder than any other cost. It's invisible. Your insurance bill arrives and you feel it. Your gas pump costs money and you feel it. Your depreciation never sends you a bill. It just quietly reduces what your car is worth every year, so that when you eventually go to sell or trade it in, the number on the offer is thousands of dollars less than what you paid. And the gap between those two numbers is money you spent but never received any service from. New vehicles are the worst case. According to 2026 car buying data, a new vehicle typically loses 15 to 20% of its value in the first year alone. On a $40,000 vehicle, that's $6,000 to $8,000 in value lost in year one, before the car ever needs a single repair. And according to Car Cost Breakdown's May 2026 analysis, dealer documentation fees alone run $400 to $800 before you even drive away, while first-year depreciation can hit $5,000 to $10,000 on a new purchase. Kevin's $40,000 SUV was worth somewhere around $33,000 to $34,000 by the time he'd owned it for 12 months. He didn't feel that loss, it didn't show up anywhere, but it is absolutely reflected in his net worth. Now here's where it gets even more powerful financially, and this is the calculation truly almost nobody makes: the opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend on a depreciating vehicle is a dollar that isn't compounding in an investment account. Let's run the real number. If Kevin had bought a reliable used vehicle for $15,000 instead of a $40,000 new SUV and invested the $400 monthly difference in a low-cost S&P 500 index fund at the historical 10% annual return, that $400 a month would grow to just over $299,000 in 30 years. That is not a small number. That is a retirement-altering number, generated entirely by the gap between a smart car decision and an emotional one. And here is the behavioral psychology piece that makes this so widespread and so hard to fight. Cars are one of the few purchases where the emotional reward of the decision is immediate and visible, while the financial cost is slow, invisible, and spread across years. The new car smell, the heads turning, the feeling of pulling into work in something sharp. Your brain registers those rewards instantly and intensely. Your brain never registers the $400 of depreciation silently leaving your net worth every month. That asymmetry, immediate emotional gain versus invisible financial loss, is exactly why this trap catches smart, financially aware people every single time.
Okay, so here's the part that actually changes what you do next time you buy a vehicle, because knowing the numbers matters nothing if it doesn't translate into a different decision. The first and most impactful move is to buy used, specifically 1 to 3 years old, and let someone else absorb the worst depreciation hit. According to 2026 car buying guidance, a certified pre-owned vehicle that is 12 to 24 months old has already taken the steepest first-year depreciation loss. You can save $6,000 to $12,000 versus buying new with minimal reliability risk, especially if you buy a certified pre-owned vehicle from a reputable manufacturer with a warranty still attached. This single decision reduces your purchase price, reduces your loan amount, reduces your monthly payment, and actually reduces your insurance premium because older vehicles cost less to insure than new ones. The second move is to calculate your total monthly ownership cost before you commit to any vehicle, not just the payment. Take the purchase price, divide the expected depreciation by 12, add your insurance quote, add your estimated fuel cost, add a maintenance reserve of $115 to $150 a month, and add your registration divided by 12. That total number is what you're actually agreeing to when you sign. If that number exceeds 15% of your monthly take-home pay, the vehicle is above your means, regardless of what the monthly payment feels like. The third move is to get insurance quotes before you fall in love with a specific vehicle, because insurance costs vary dramatically not just by your age and driving record, but by the specific make and model of the car. Some vehicles cost 40% more to insure than others at the same price point, according to 2026 buying data. A car that fits your payment budget might not fit your total budget once insurance is factored in. Getting quotes before you commit gives you a complete picture. The fourth move is to extend your ownership timeline intentionally. The most expensive period of car ownership per dollar of value received is the first 3 years, when depreciation is steepest and you're paying the most in finance charges on the highest remaining balance. The least expensive period is years 5 through 10 on a well-maintained vehicle, when the depreciation has flattened, the loan is smaller or paid off, and you're getting maximum use out of the asset. Every additional year you drive a paid-off, maintained vehicle is a year you're keeping $700 to $1,000 a month in your own pocket instead of cycling into a new vehicle and starting the depreciation clock over. Kevin, after running the real numbers, decided not to trade his SUV in at year 3 like he originally planned. He's keeping it, paying it off in the next 2 years, and has started a $400 automatic monthly investment as a preview of what that difference will look like when the loan is gone. He's not giving up his car, he's just decided to stop letting it give away his future. That's it for today's video. If this opened your eyes to what your car is actually costing you every month, hit that like button and share it with someone who's about to buy a car or already feels like money disappears every month without knowing why. This video might be the most useful thing they watch this year. Subscribe to Dollar Finance if you're not already here, because we cover exactly this kind of real financial truth every single week. Drop a comment and tell me, when you add it all up, what is your car actually costing you per month? I read every single one. See you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay building.